Hello everyone, it's Thursday, May 30th, and we're close to June. Can you believe half the year is almost ready? Today we're going to take a look at our garden and our backyard space and how our home addition's coming along. We've broken ground, so we're going to do that today. We're going to look at the rest of our garden. If you're curious about this garden, we've started calling it the 150 garden, and we did a update in the previous video so you can get a little bit more details about what's growing in here. Our space here has been pretty much fenced up with this rabbit fencing to keep our animals safe during construction, and also to give an area for our kids to be able to play in and not worry about them too much about crossing over into the construction area. So we're going to first go into the greenhouse and look at what's in here. We haven't visited it in quite a while. So we have some bell peppers that are still producing. So there's a good size, good shaped bell pepper. I think we're gonna let this one ripen and get color before we use it. And then our jalapeno. This is a jalapeno that is growing. So all these peppers were started last year. Pepper plants. This is a Japanese pepper, and then I'm very excited about this eggplant. So this is the ping ting eggplant, and it's producing some flowers. I've tried growing these haphazardly in the past, and I guess we kind of haphazardly grew this as well too, and I'm very excited about that. Here are some panache figs, and we'll look at the tree later in the video that we grew from cutting. And this one we kept outside of the greenhouse for a little bit, and then this one has been in the greenhouse nice and warm, and look how much it's grown. So there's a lot of growth between the two. Heat is something that they love, this panache fig. We have a Charente melon, and then in the corner there we have another Charente melon and some ginger that's popping out. And this is a plumeria. I'm very excited about this one. This is an orange plumeria, and it's supposed to have a really nice scent too. So this is the UH plumeria. I think it stands for University of Hawaii because those are the colors. We have a lot of flowers that are in the seedling state, and I've been concentrating more on flowers this year. So we have less Asian greens to harvest, but it's gonna be really cool to see a lot of flowers in our garden. And we have some drumstick flowers. And Jim, if you're watching this video, the gourd seeds, the little tiny ones that you sent me, they sprouted. I got really excited to get out of the greenhouse so they can get more sun, and I forgot why they're in here because the birds nibbled on some of the sprouts. They take a while to sprout. We started them on the 4th of May, so this soil area is cracking, so looks like we're gonna have another sprout. So we're gonna keep them in here until they're past the tasty stage for the birds. All right, we're gonna come out of the greenhouse and look at our tomatoes. We're gonna gloss over these tomatoes. We have a tomato episode, so we'll look to make a video to do an update and talk about these tomatoes in detail. We have our San Mazanos here that are growing single stem up a pole, and then this is something that we're trying this year. We're always trying to grow as much as possible with the space, and these are peppers. So we transplanted our peppers in here, and the idea is that as this tomato plant grows and the bottom leaves start to wilt away, we're going to remove it, and that will give the peppers more light. Peppers are those plants that you can't really stunt. So, well, you can, but they're harder to stunt, and they're more tolerant about not getting all the sun they need. Over here is our Reed avocado, and I'm very excited about it because we're probably going to get some Reed avocado next year to have. And the fruit are holding, and they're getting bigger and bigger. So here's one that we can spot easily. And then our rainbow plumeria, I dug it out and moved it here because where it was, which is about 15 feet away, it wasn't getting as much sun because it's starting to get crowded out. And then also with our home construction, the view of our backyard's changed. We would have this nice view of this corner and was focusing on making this corner look nice, but now the view has shifted it will be shifted to this little area here, so we're gonna try to make it look nice. Hopefully the rainbow plumeria will fill this area in with lots of flowers. And when we move this way, we have our Italian squash. This is zucchini. It's recovering from duck ravaging, so hopefully we'll get some zucchini from that plant. I thought all was lost out of it. They kind of nibbled it down to the base. Cherokee purple tomatoes. This is being grown multi-stem. And Cherokee purple tomatoes. This is being grown single stem. And over there is another Italian squash that we planted as a replacement. Found that this hardware cloth is a good way to protect our plants from ducks. And then we have Kellogg's breakfast tomato that we're growing. These blossoms are huge, which means we're going to get we're going to get some big tomatoes. Those are always fun to grow. Big tomatoes, that is. Our peach tree. This is the Red Baron peach. We have some peaches in here. Let me go find them. So we have some peaches here. These are low chill peaches, so their quality is sweet and juicy. The high chill varieties are nice and crunchy. Poppies are still going in the back. These are Morel blood orange. Gonna get a lot of Morel blood oranges. And over here we have some limes and our glass gem corn. This is one that was sent over by Krista, the seeds. And then down below there, you can see we try to pack everything in because we want to grow everything, and it doesn't hurt to try. We have some teddy bear sunflowers, and we'll look at the bottom there in more detail as we go over there in a bit. Those are cow IPs, and then that's a squash, blue Hokkaido. We have more flowers here, and more citrus. So this is a grapefruit, but we got this tree as rootstock for grafting some rare varieties that are still in the fridge. So we haven't gotten around to it. Hopefully we can do it before those budwoods lose their viability. And over here we have this cocktail tree. We have the Bohobza blood orange that we grafted onto this Eureka lemon. But after grafting, we learned that you're not supposed to graft a sweet citrus onto a sour citrus because it will affect the taste. So we're gonna let that one grow and see what it tastes like for ourselves. Up there we have a Bohobza that was done properly, and it's got a lot of fruit on there. And you can see our other peach there. They're like tiny tennis balls. There's one there, and then there's another one that's behind the leaves there. That is a early Alberta. That one requires a little bit more chill hours, and we're taking a gamble. I think it needs at least 400 or 600. So we'll see how it grows. I really like the high chill California commercial variety peaches, so we're gonna chance it. So far, looks good. This is a yuzu. This is last year's crop, and then this is this year's crop. It's a good citrus to have for seafood and such. In this planter, we have more tomatoes. These don't grow as vigorously because we don't get enough sun here. Since we're here, let's go pick off this sucker that's growing off this branch here. Sometimes they do that. So we have 3 varieties. And then these are bunching onions. They're turning yellow, so it looks like they're finishing up soon. I'm excited to pull them out because didn't think they were going to sit here so long and get so tall and block the sunlight from our tomato plants. So these are getting ready to be pulled out. And then these are Zebrun shallots. These are French heirloom shallots. Our citrus tree, another one. This is a Sanguinello blood orange. This is a Queen avocado. It's supposed to be a big tree, so I think we'll put it up there on the slope. We'll talk about the slope in a little bit when we talk about construction. We have golden bantam corn. And in the middle we have the sugar pie pumpkin. And another one in the same setup. Our ginger's coming back. We got a really nice ginger harvest last year to our surprise. Very excited to get good ginger harvests. Avocados from my father-in-law's yard. He has an avocado tree and they grow as volunteers. I'm very excited to use these as rootstock for getting into avocado grafting. And then we'll come over here and look at our citrus. This one is another Bohobza blood orange that we grafted onto a rootstock that we grew. Here's another look at this cocktail tree. There's the lemon, Eureka lemon, and then it's got the oval shape. And here's the blood orange, it's got the round shape. And these are the other citrus that we got as rootstock. And then over here we have daylily. This is supposed to be the original cultivar, the wild one, and the one that's edible for sure. So we're excited about these. Let's cross over here and look at our corn. This is the glass gem corn. It's doing really well. I got really lucky because I thought I had cleared our construction area, and they already marked it off and cutting it really close. So we don't have to move this planter, hopefully, because I would be a little bit sad. But if we have to, I think we're just going to lose a couple plants. Back here we have more tomatoes. These are the oxheart tomatoes. And then we have a cucumber. Our sugar baby didn't grow as fast. It's now being crowded out. I was hoping that it would grow nice and quickly and get on this trellis and get sunlight. But we may not get a watermelon after all. And over here, I'm not sure if I showed you guys this plant or not yet. This is a Barbados cherry or acerola cherry. It's a really good tasting fruit. It tastes like star fruit to me, like a really sweet one. And I was lucky enough to have my neighbor share some with me, and I enjoy the taste. So it's one of those deals where we got to do a taste test before we committed on a tree, and this is what the flowers look like. So my neighbor and friend Sean is able to grow this rather easily, so I'm very excited because that means our climate can grow these cherries. We have some more. This is, I think, a Shantae melon. Last year we had terrible luck with them, namely because the ducks ate the plants, and we only got a little tiny one, and we saved the seeds, and now I'm planting a bunch because I want to get some to taste this year. So you'll see a lot of Shantae melon plants. And then this is a plant that's always a fan favorite. Is a fig. It grows like a tree, but it's not really a tree, so we call it a fig plant. This is a panache fig or tiger fig. It makes these pretty variegated figs, and the great thing about them is they look pretty and they taste great too. This year it's growing really fast because it's reached up here now where the sun is, so now it's going to grow a lot faster. So that's something that you may want to keep in mind when finding a site for your plants. If you don't have sun down here but then you have sun up here, don't discount the space. Just be a little bit patient. The plant will grow not as quickly, but eventually it'll grow up to where the sun is, and it will be happy then. So especially if you're limited on space, you can really grow things without discounting it right away. So this is our construction site, and I dug out this archaeological thing. Actually, it looks like a piece of modern art. I asked my contractor, he said, this is footing with galvanized pipe through it. I didn't know he was an art aficionado, so I think we're going to save this piece, see about taking it to the museum and see what value this is. Maybe it'll pay for our gardening projects, or even at the very least some seeds. But I kid there. So this is our but I'm not really kidding about maybe saving it and using it as some kind of decor. But this is our construction site. You can see where the trench is, and this is going to be the footing for the structure. So these are going to be the footings for the walls, the outside walls. So you can see where our one of the rooms is going to be, and then that portion is the interior wall. That's for load bearing reasons, and then that's going to be another wall. So basically we're adding this much space, about 700 square feet, to our 1,000 square foot home. And I'm always very conflicted about adding more space to the house, because then we're going to lose space to the backyard, and this backyard's pretty awesome with how open it is. So yeah, the other thing about this construction site is that it's kind of accelerating some of our gardening plans, because there was soil from our planters, if you remembered, and it is this really nice sandy loamy soil, and I've been wheelbarrowing it to the front yard, and you may have seen the video where we talked about creating a new garden area, and we're growing out there some corn, some japonica corn, and we're growing wheat out there, ornamental wheat, and what else are we growing? Artichoke hedge. So yeah, our plans to use that space got accelerated. And then the other thing that's accelerated our other plans is growing up on the hillside over there, because there was a concrete slab here. When they were breaking up, there was some really nice big chunks, and we started to use them to create steps up that way. So I'm very excited, because we saw those citrus trees, they're ready to be planted, and we have some sour varieties like the Genoa lemon that we're going to plant up there. And I prefer to plant the sour ones up there, because out there there's more wildlife, more rodents. We don't want to feed that population, and I found that they less like the lemons, the sour fruits less, so we're going to plant those up there. And also we have these pipes that I'm saving, so I dug these out. The PVC pipes we're going to use to run irrigation up there. And this is the galvanized pipe, that's one of the galvanized pipes that's down below that I dug out. And I'm going to check to see if it's still rigid enough, because we're using these galvanized pipes as stakes for our fencing, as you can see there. So I guess it's a little bit past 6:30 in the morning now, and people are jet setting away, so it's getting a little bit more noisy now. And I think it's a good time to end our video today. So this is one to give a big update on what's going on with our garden, and also what's going on with our construction and gardening with relation to that. We've been able to do a lot of gardening. We've been out here, Grant and I, my youngest son, have been out here during the day while Owen's at school and getting a lot of gardening done. And I'm going to end with showing you this Pakistan mulberry. This is another fan favorite. It'll darken up later today with more heat from the day, and these are really sweet. They taste like plum, and they grow very easily here, so very, very happy about this plant. So with that, we're gonna really end our video. I want to thank you for coming out and visiting, taking the time to spending your time and coming out and doing this long visit. So until the next video, happy gardening and have a nice day. Thank you for watching.